Welcome volunteers to the Location Intelligence for Food Equity Asynchronous Story Map project. This is an activity that we are very grateful to have your input on recording and really crowdsourcing the sources and the need of food in Hampton Roads. This story map will guide you through the interactive mapping process. If you scroll down, you can read more about our project and our partners. This video will focus on two story maps in interactive maps. The first is focusing on capturing locations of food assets, grocery stores, corner markets, even fast food locations, food pantry locations, and so forth. You can read the instructions on the left, and then if you go to the map itself on the right, you'll see a button to open in a new tab. The Chrome web browser is highly recommended for both of these maps. The second map will actually walk you through the process of identifying need. So for the time being, this map, we're really looking for you to help the project identify any missing data for sources of food. You can click on any of the food sources that we have pre-identified by zooming in with your mouse wheel or using the plus and minus buttons, and then clicking in the map, left clicking with your mouse to pan. Focus on an area where you may have some particular site knowledge. But if you click on one of the items that's known, you can review it and see what may already be existing and known. Next, what we really focus on is editing. So here, let's just say we identify a gap, that there is a food pantry sponsored by a church that is not represented on the map. So we would click the Edit button on the left, and then click Add Feature, and then we get an interactive crosshair or dot that we can zoom in on the map and find the particular area. Let's say there's this one that I might know of in Churchland on High Street in Cedar Lane. Then I can click once. I can say food pantry location, and I can pick the type, basically fill this out, and then I can say periodic food pantry open here in holidays by church, etc. Then click add. Now that will be added to our database, and project coordinators will come back and review that. If you make a mistake or something you feel you want to go back and edit, you can go back in that tab or click the edit tool again and click edit feature, and then highlight the one you want to change that you may have made a mistake, and you could either update, or in this case I will delete it since I've just made that one up. So encourage you to pan through the map and look for any gaps of the data that we have so far scraped together and acquired from other volunteers in our workshops. Back at the story map, the other map, the second map, focuses on access to food and the need. So this map has also instructions, and what we're really trying to identify is areas and neighborhoods where there is a high need or an accessibility issue. So again, I will zoom into the map by using this button to kind of expand it. In Chrome, that opens it up in a new tab, and then we can zoom in. So it's showing the same locations of known food, but as we zoom in, we may see other layers. One layer shown here is a dot map from census data that's showing 1 dot per person as estimated population. So some areas like Craney Island or the the Norfolk Southern Railroad and sort of other government properties and so forth are not populated. In the layers, you can also entertain other issues such as accessibility. You could click layers and then turn on a layer for bus stops and Hampton Roads Transit. You could turn on a layer for the Center for Disease Control Social Vulnerability Index. You can turn on a layer for low-income neighborhoods in census tracts identified already by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, sort of a food desert accessibility layer that they have gleaned. But you can make a very busy map. So by deactivating some of these, you may make it a little more easy for yourself to interpret. Once you have become a little comfortable, and you may, for instance, identify an area here up toward Ocean View that has, kind of a paucity of grocery stores, for example. So we, again, like the first map, we click the Edit tool, and then we click Add Feature, and we get an interactive cursor. However, in this case, we are mapping areas or polygons, neighborhoods, or parts of a community. So we're not mapping just a point. So the first time we want to click to start digitizing an area, and then we get a series of points we can click to identify roughly a neighborhood that we may be most interested in identifying a food access issue. And we double click to finish digitizing that polygon. Over on the left now, we have still our interactive dialog is showing options to enter a priority. So let's just say this area is say medium priority, because maybe it's not very walkable. Some of these areas along the creek there are pretty far from grocery store. So we may say then it's a medium rank access issue, and limited access to the healthy food around there. Maybe it's a lot of fast food restaurants or something. And then you can expand on that issue here in the description, saying long walk to grocery, or several fast food only nearby. Then we can click Add. So you could do this for a couple of different areas that you may identify as having either low access to food or low quality food nearby. If you make a mistake or you want to go back and change something, you can go back to the Edit tool and click Edit Feature this time. And now you can select that feature that you want to change. It's just been highlighted. And then I can either change those parameters and update it. Like maybe I could say, well, I think it's just accessibility. And then I could click Update that. Or I could just outright delete it, which I'm going to do right now because I've just made this up. And now it's disappeared. So we encourage you to take your time and go through both maps and find any gaps or enter any areas that you feel are a priority, and give us some information in that description that we could use to inform the project. We greatly appreciate all your participation and welcome you to reach out to us and take the survey at the end that will help us guide this project in the future. And feel free to reach out to Dr. Hutton or any of us on this project for additional technical assistance. Thank you.